Okay everybody, this is the Yamaha RM1X. I'm going to show you how to make a pattern on it. Okay, what you do first of all is you press the pattern button. It's right here. Press pattern, and then you scroll to an empty pattern. Scrolling. To make it go faster, you can hold down the shift button and scroll. And once you find that empty pattern, you'll know it has no sections lit up. If you press section, you'll see you can pick a section of that pattern. The pattern has 16 sections. You go to the first section, you push section again, and then you're on track mode. And you press track, and you can see which track you're about to be using. So you want to use the first track first of all. So you hold down track, and you press track 1. So now you're on track 1. And let's see. We need to set our BPM first of all. If you know what BPM you want, you take your fingers here and you take this tap button, and you want to do it like a bass and a bass kick and a snare drum. So boom tap, boom tap, boom tap. That's what you want your beat at. Boom tap, or whatever you want it. Boom tap, whatever you want it. So I'm gonna do it right there. That's 114. I like that. Okay. So now that we have our BPM set, we set the track length that we're going to record it in. Now, I'm just going to do a short one, so I'm going to set it to two measures for this track 1. Each one of these tracks can be as many measures as you want it to, and each one of these 16 tracks is all part of this one section, and then each section has the same 16 tracks, but you can make them shorter or longer, but they have to be the same instruments used. But anyways, keep it simple. Okay, we've got track 1, and it's going to be 2 measures long, because at the very top, you go all the way to the top right with these cursor buttons, and that's where it says measures lengths. Change it to 2. And now, you choose the instrument that you want to be on track 1. So you press voice, and then you scroll to what kind of category: phrase, drum kit, drum, class wind, band instrument, synth master, synth bass, blah blah blah. So I want it to be a drum kit, and then I'm going down 2 octaves because that's where I like my kick drums. So you find a drum set that you like. I like the break kit. Okay, back to pattern. So press pattern to go back to pattern. Then voice goes to what you were just at, voice. And if you press voice again, it goes to other settings of the voice. Again. It's just different settings. So pattern. And if you push pattern too many times, it goes to a weird looking patch view. But just push pattern again, it'll go back to the normal view. And now you want to record it. So you press record. And now you can change settings like your measures, and you can change your BPM, your pad velocity, and you choose your recording type, and if you want it to keep looping. Now for a drum track, it's best to do grid recording. So I put it to grid, and it's going to loop. And when it does on grid mode, it loops the first pattern over and over until you get done with the first measure of the pattern. And then it'll go to the second measure of the pattern you're on, and it'll record it. So the loop is on, and you press record. Well, it's already recorded, so you push play because you got grid set, and it's looped on. So you push play, it'll start going. Now you hold down the shift button, and you press a drum. That sound you want. So okay, now you find a snare. And you can add as many drums as you want. You just hold down shift to find the one you want, and then you put it where you want it on the measures. When you're through with this section, you go to the second section by pushing stop. go over, push the over keys, and now you're on the second measure of the thing. So that's enough, so I'll press stop, stop. And now, play both of them. Okay, now you got your drum, so we're going to do a second track to show you how to do a synth of some sort. Press voice again to choose your instrument. Hold down track and go to track 2. Press voice to go to the instrument. Now choose the kind of instrument you want. I'm going to choose a synth, bass, and lead. And then play the instrument until I find something I like. Turn the instrument. Okay, that sounds good, man. I like that bass. So then you can adjust it a little bit. Adjust the different settings here. If it's hold down, it's the white ones. And if it's not solid light, then it's the ones underneath it. But you want to adjust the cutoff and resonance if you want it to be a different sound. And that's what I like to do. So here I go. Just testing out to see what kind of line I'm on. Okay, now we're going to record that. So we're going to record it real time this time to show you how to do that, which is you go to over or replace, but we're going to go to over because we don't have anything to replace. Okay, you hear that? I screwed up. The verse part, I have 2 of those going at the same time. So to fix that, we'll go to step grid recording, push play, play. Now we figure out, by pushing shift, you can figure out what key you pressed, and you can adjust that to just being 1. It's as easy as that. So we fixed it with grid, a mixture of replacement recording and grid recording. Now it still doesn't sound right. It sounds like it's not going long enough. So to adjust that, I'm going to mess with step recording. So I'll press record, change it to step, push play, and there it is at the beginning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete it, pressing it, and since I'm going to make a tied note. So now it'll sound tied, but I gotta change that one because it's not. Sounds good, but it needs to be quantized because it needs to be like 16th notes. So you press job and go down to quantize. Select up here. Yeah. Okay. Choose what you want. I already said it right. 16, 100, blah, 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 50, 100. Yeah, sounds good. Press do, and then it should sound better.